Listen, pal, Jesus ain't no virgin. He did the same thing to me last Christmas.
He what?
Number 10. Road to the North Pole. Leave it to Family Guy to turn a Christmas episode into a controversial hour of television containing themes of slavery and death.
I don't understand. I thought you were supposed to be jolly and happy.
I used to be.
Like all Road 2 episodes, this one stars Brian and Stewie. They travel to the North Pole where they encounter a sickly Santa Claus, feral reindeer, deformed elves, and a disgusting industrial factory.
I started with one family of magic elves, and every year I needed more and more to keep up. Now they're just a sickly race of mutated genetic disasters.
This disturbing depiction of the typically innocent North Pole drew some criticism, as did a scene where Stewie and Brian break into a house and traumatize the inhabitants.
Hey, who the hell are you?
Hello?
What are you doing in my house?
We're Santa Claus.
Even for die-hard Family Guy fans, Road to the North Pole can prove a little too much.
We're not even Santa anymore. This has been a home invasion.
Number 9. The 2,000-year-old virgin. Really, anything depicting Jesus in a non-traditional manner is bound to be controversial. Another problematic Christmas episode, the 2,000-year-old virgin sees a depressed Jesus living a lonely life in Quahog.
Nice place here. This is not it's not too good.
Yeah, I know it's nothing fancy, but, I'm not really into material possessions.
Jeez, this place is depressing.
Feeling bad for him, Peter allows Jesus to sleep with Lois, but later learns that this is an annual ploy that Jesus pulls on gullible men. Not surprisingly, the episode garnered controversy for its depiction of Jesus as a deceitful womanizer.
Listen, pal, Jesus ain't no virgin. He did the same thing to me last Christmas.
He what?
Yeah, Jesus did the same thing to my wife Christmas before last, and my buddy's wife the year before that.
Some critics labeled it blasphemous and offensive, while others criticized the lazy nature of the joke.
Well taught, Jesus. Well taught.
Yeah, I guess. Who cares? I'm not even real. Merry Christmas.
Family Guy loves to provoke its audience with religious jokes, and for some, this one went too far. Number 8. Brian and Stewie. One of the most unique half hours of Family Guy, Brian and Stewie is a bottle episode that takes its characters surprisingly seriously. The two get locked in a bank vault over a weekend and proceed to share intimate thoughts with each other.
Sometimes it's all too much.
What is?
Life, everything.
The episode's serious script received widespread praise, but the proceedings were arguably tarnished by the use of gross-out humor. Brian and Stewie contains a rather revolting subplot about Stewie's used diaper, and it results in some horrific and disgusting sights.
It's done.
Got some dessert for you.
Critics not only complained about the subplot and the resulting visuals, but they also believed it had no business being in an otherwise dramatic episode.
It was my own fault for thinking I could have pretty things. I'm not having fun anymore. I feel you should know that.
Number 7. A Shot in the Dark. Family Guy loves provoking its audience with intentionally controversial material.
I know, sweetie, but then I realized how stupid that is. Okay, bye. You guys are my everything.
This episode was inspired by the killing of Trayvon Martin and sees Peter accidentally shooting Cleveland Jr.
What the hell? Hey, you! Step away from that table. Say, brain fart. Window. Sorry. Hold it right there. I'm warning you. Hands where I can see them.
The very concept of the episode was controversial, and some believed that Martin's death shouldn't be fodder for a satirical episode of Family Guy. The episode's content was also problematic for television broadcasters, and it was twice delayed from airing due to public displays of violence. This episode deals with a very sensitive topic, and like all sensitive topics, it generated a ton of conflicting opinions, some of which weren't so friendly.
And we'd like to see Mr. Griffin held accountable for his actions.
Number 6. When You Wish Upon a Weinstein. This is the legendary lost episode that left early Family Guy fans eagerly curious.
Tony Robbins hungry.
The story sees Peter hiring a Jewish accountant and subsequently converting Chris to Judaism, believing that it makes one successful.
I'm gonna make Chris Jewish.
What are you talking about?
He thinks if Chris is Jewish, he'll become smart.
Peter, you can't convert someone because you think it'll help their grades.
The episode was originally scheduled for release in 2000, but Fox feared the public's reaction and canceled its airing.
Your husband's got a good heart, Lois, but his views on Judaism are a little misguided. I'd consider it a mitzvah to educate him a little.
They were concerned that the episode would be misconstrued as anti-Semitic. As a result, it didn't see the light of day until the Volume 2 DVD in September 2003. Fox's fears somewhat came to light as they were sued by the Bourne Company over the use of I Need a Jew, who claimed the lyrics were offensive and stolen from When You Wish Upon a Star.
I need a Jew.
The suit was subsequently dismissed. Number 5. The Simpsons Guy. It was the episode we were all waiting for, a crossover between Family Guy and The Simpsons. The results were divisive, to say the least. Not only did it receive mixed reviews, but it generated some controversy for its content. The Parents Television Council decried Stewie's obscene prank to Moe, calling it punchline offensive.
Oh my god, that's amazing! That's the coolest thing ever! Hey, I want to try.
Okay.
Mo's Tavern. Hello, Mo.
But this was just one example of a wider problem. Some critics believe that the episode makes for a poor crossover, arguing Family Guy's dark and provocative brand of humor doesn't blend well with the more family-friendly tone of The Simpsons.
Intellectual theft! What do you have to say about that, Griffin?
Go!
As a result, scenes involving nudity and violence were criticized. Number 4. Turban Cowboy. By season 11, Family Guy had veered fully into offensive territory. In this highly controversial episode, Peter befriends a Muslim man named Mahmoud.
I am Mahmoud.
I'm Peter. You know, I never seen a hat like that before, so I'm very scared of it.
No, this is just a taghiya. It's a traditional Muslim prayer cap.
Oh. Hey, you know who'd look funny wearing one of those? The Monopoly guy.
Peter plans to convert to Islam, but changes his mind when he realizes that Mahmoud is hoping to blow up the Quahog Bridge.
Ah! Oh my god!
The episode contains a ton of violent and disturbing images, like Peter blowing up various landmarks with a cell phone and plowing his car through the Boston Marathon. That, combines with the generally offensive nature of the storyline, has made Turban Cowboy an infamous episode of Family Guy. Following the Boston Marathon incident, Fox removed Turban Cowboy from streaming services. Number 3. Quagmires Dad. This 8th season episode garnered widespread criticism for its depiction of transgender themes. The story centers around Quagmire, who grapples with Ida, the new identity of one of his parents.
Okay, you know what? Elephant in the room. I'll say it. So, Ida, you miss your penis?
Peter!
Thank you for asking it. Jesus.
No, it's okay. It's a perfectly normal question. We can't sit here and just pretend everything's the same.
Other characters also treat Ida with offensive attitudes. Brian violently vomits after unknowingly sleeping with her, and the Griffins throw out food that Ida brought for dinner.
I made a crumble.
Oh, how thoughtful. Throw it away in the outside garbage.
While Seth MacFarlane believes that the episode treated its themes with tender care, mostly everyone else disagreed. While the portrayal of Ida herself was commended, many critics felt that the attitudes of the other characters were mean-spirited.
I don't even know what to call you. My dad? My other mother? My friend who pees sitting down but can also palm a basketball?
What about Ida?
Oh, no.
Number 2. Partial Terms of Endearment. This is the second episode that Fox refused to air, following Season 3's When You Wish Upon a Weinstein. In this one, Lois becomes a surrogate mother through in vitro fertilization.
It was suggested that I find a healthy woman who would consider carrying our child to term. And well, Lois, that's why we're here. We were wondering if you would be our surrogate.
Oh my god. You want me to carry your child?
However, the parents die in a car accident, leaving Lois with an important decision. The episode was generally praised for its themes and discussions, but its quality was overshadowed by its reputation.
Hello, friend. I hear you're contemplating having an abortion. But before you do, remember, science has proven that within hours of conception, a human fetus has started a college fund and has already made your first Mother's Day card out of macaroni and glitter.
Fox cancelled the airing over content concerns, and unlike When You Wish Upon a Weinstein, Adult Swim acquiesced to Fox and agreed not to air the episode. To this day, Partial Terms of Endearment has not aired on Fox, although it would receive a US DVD release and air in the UK.
Of course it's a big decision. Life is full of big decisions.
Number 1. Screams of Silence, the story of Brenda Q. This is easily the most infamous episode of Family Guy, and it once again revolves around Quagmire.
Glenn, don't die from autoerotic asphyxiation. Your friends want to go fishing with you.
This song is from childhood?
In Screams of Silence, he and the boys plot to kill Jeff, who has been physically and mentally tormenting Quagmire's sister. Unlike most Family Guy episodes, bar maybe Brian and Stewie, Screams of Silence is largely played straight. Unfortunately, many critics felt that the show failed to treat its serious subject matter with the necessary care and depth. And for many, the episode simply came across as shockingly violent and morally abhorrent.
I choke myself every day, you bastard!
Everyone agreed that Caitlin Olsen made for a great guest star, but she was the only redeeming thing about an otherwise irredeemable episode.
Oh my God.
No, it's really not that bad. It only hurts when I see.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.